Okay, so we're doing problem solving with rates. And we've got a sample problem to do. We're going to do together. So here we go. The Gooding High School French Club needs to raise money so that they could attend a French foreign film in Austin. Doesn't that sound like fun?
Sounds like something Austin would do.
Yeah, not us. You guys would want to go to the what? The hunting club or something?
Yeah.
Count the number of deer you could spot?
Yeah.
And how many, what is it, points?
Points they have on
Yeah, okay, something like that, right? See, you can tell I'm not a country girl. All right, so the club has decided to sponsor a pet dipping day. Do you know what that is? When you dip your pet in flea dip to get rid of the fleas.
Oh.
Ah, yeah.
I thought
Cat, this is the funny part. Cat, the club president, come on now, the club president's named Cat, and they're going to have a pet dipping, okay? Has a price quote from the Barking Lot Grooming for the cost of the flea dip. They come up with some crazy names. Barking Lot Grooming will sell the flea dip for $5 a bottle plus a shipping charge per order of $3. So, complete the table on the cost versus number of bottles for Barking Lot Grooming. Okay? So, what if we buy one, how much is each one? So I'm just going to do 5 times 1. And what do we have to pay for shipping? Plus $3 for each order. Okay. So we've got that. How much is that one? 8. And then we've got 5 times 2 plus 3. 13. 5 times 3 plus 13. 18. 5 times 4 plus 3. You've done many process charts by now, right? Which would be 23. 5 times 5 plus 3 is 28. 5 times 6 plus 3 is 33. So what if I needed to write for X amount of bottles? How would I do that? 5x and plus 3. Now that's an expression, okay? What is x representing?
how many orders?
No, well, how many bottles is specifically. So remember that the left side of your table is always x. The right side is always y. The right side is always a total or a total cost or the total sum or the amount altogether. And so you're always and that's one way to remember what your y and your x is. X is your variable, obviously. They say write an expression. Okay, I want you to write the word equation right on top of that. Okay, because an expression, when we're solving a problem, we want to solve it unless specified, we want to solve it in equation form, okay? So what would my equation be here? It says write an equation that represents the amount of money charged by Barking Lot Grooming for an order of flea dip. Any order of flea dip. So no, equation is going to mean you must have an equal sign, okay? Y equals 5x plus 3. 5x plus 3 is your expression. Okay. It says evaluate the cost for 9 bottles, 15 bottles, 25 bottles. What are you going to do?
Plug it in.
Substitute. So here I've got 9. I'm going to do y is equal to 5x plus 3, and I'm plugging in for 9. Okay, I'm not going to rewrite my y every time, so I got 5 times 9 plus 3, and I've got that equals what? 48. Okay, then I have 15, so y equals 5x plus 3. I've got 5 times 15 plus 3, which is equal to Nope.
Plus 3.
There you go. 78. Then I've got 25, which y equals 5x plus 3. That is equal to 5 times 25. How much is 5 times 25? Come on, come on, come on, come on. No
125.
calculator. 125. Good.
125.
Plus 3 is equal to 128. Okay? So to answer this question, 9 bottles equals $48. 15 bottles equals $78. And 25 bottles equals 128. So you're very familiar with this kind of equation. What form is that?
Y equals MX plus B.
Which is what form? What do we call
Slope
that?
intercept.
Slope intercept, correct. Is it proportional? Really? Go back to 8th grade. What can make something proportional?
If it's increasing by the same number.
And what about the graph?
If it's
It's a straight line.
yeah.
Straight line and it
Goes through the origin.
goes through the origin. Is that going to go through the origin?
No.
No.
No. Okay. All right. So this is not a proportional relation.
Do we write off?
No, we don't have that question. I'm just trying to strain your brain a little. That's all. You know.
You know, this week has been the longest week out of all.
Mhm.
Like,
I thought last week was.
This is the long. I mean, it feels like it's
literally thought it was
Friday. It
Friday.
should be,
And
but
I
it's
feel like
barely
it's
Wednesday.
we've been doing
Because
a
you
lot.
guys have been having days off every single week, or half days.
That's true.
I mean, think about it.
Last week
Yeah,
we
but
had a Friday
it's been
off.
going really fast compared to like
Yeah.
even though we said we don't have days off. They
It'll
have-
kind of go slow till you get to Christmas. Till Thanksgiving. Then between Thanksgiving and Christmas, it'll go pretty quick. And then I'm telling you, after
Yeah, I know,
Christmas, it
after.
flies. It really
You know
does.
what we should do before Christmas? We
What?
should watch The Lion King.
Why the Lion King for Christmas?
Because we all, I don't know, or Christmas.
Yeah.
You hear
Because
how
I
loud
was
this
listening
is?
to Disney.
I have a flat hand.
Yeah, well, I've already gone down that road with Mr. Hanson. All right, let's turn the page.
Watch Barbie.
If the Gooding French Club paid $88 for flea dip, how many bottles did they buy? Well, what we've got our equation, right?
Mhm.
So what is our equation?
So we're gonna substitute
Y
88
equals 5x plus 3. Where are we substituting that 88?
Y.
In Y. So $88 is equal to, and I just drop your zeros, make life easy. 88, because I don't have it here for $5 and I don't have it here for $3. All right, make life easy. 5x plus 3. So what do I got to do? Subtract 3. And I get 5x is equal to 85. You can do these in your sleep now, right?
Yep.
Divide by 5, and you get x is equal to what? 17. So how many bottles did they buy? 17 bottles. How did you find your answer? I think it tells us how we found our answer right here. What do you think? Okay? I was telling first period that maybe I should have you write a page about how you found your answer. Okay? And they looked at me like, that's crazy. There's no way I could do a page. Okay? Let me give you an example because you guys need to learn to put fluff in your writing. Okay? All right, watch this. Well, first I went and looked at my equation from the previous problem. And then I figured out I could use that to solve this problem. So I wrote down my equation and then evaluated and thought about what does y mean and what is x representing. I finally came to the conclusion after looking at my table that y was representing the total cost. That left x to represent the number of bottles. Now, I've probably gone to a quarter of a page already, haven't I?
Yeah.
and all I've gotten to is just what the equation is. Do you see how you can extend things as far and as long? And you have to break that stuff down to little tiny parts, all right? Because when they're wanting you to write a page, if you go for the meat and you go this, and this, guess what? You're never going to get a page out of it, are you?
No.
Okay, but do you believe me now? I could get a page out of that, just out of this question. Yeah. Okay, so you got to learn to break it down, add some fluff. You know, that's what I call fluff. When you like, oh, well, first yeah, you know, I mean, you just come up with everything that you can think of. All right, never mind. I'm not a writing teacher. They'd probably get mad if I if they heard me say, add fluff. Fluff is extra words, extra stuff. Break it down. The Gooding French Club can spend no more than Y dollars on X bottles of flea dip. What general inequality can be used to represent the amount the Gooding French Club can spend? So, we know our equation was Y. We had 5X plus 3. So if we can only spend so many dollars, what inequality sign am I going to have?
Less than or equal to.
Okay, if I was to plug a less than or equal to sign, I'm saying that this has to be less than or equal, watch this, to this. Is that what I want?
No. No.
Okay, so then that means that I can put in 75 bottles over here. As long as it's greater than this amount, I'm okay?
No. I told you.
You have to be very careful about what you're saying. So really, I need this sign because I need the total that I'm spending to be less than or equal whatever amount my budget is. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay? So think about that when you write it. If you have to write it like this, 5x plus 3 has to be less than or equal to my total, then write it that way. It's okay. Remember, it's all the same. All right? So Cat has determined that they can spend no more than $50 on flea dip. So I've got this $50 is greater than or equal to 5x plus 3. Now, some of you are going to have a problem with that, but if you talk yourself through it before you jump, this has to be less than or equal to 50. I could write it 5x plus 3 has to be less than or equal to 50. Am I going to get the same answer? Yes. All my signs are the same. My inequality sign is facing the same part. Do you see that? Okay. So, write an inequality that represents this situation. Now we're going to solve it. So, 50 is greater than or equal to 5x plus 3. What am I solving for? X, hey?
Mm-hmm.
So, subtract 3 from both sides. I get 5x less than or equal to 47. Now what do I get? 9.4. So I'm going to flip this just to make it sound better. X has to be less than or equal to 9.4. Now, we're not going to solve this inequality in the calculator. That maybe will be next unit, okay, when I teach you to do that. But this is my question. Can I order 9.4 bottles?
No.
So, should I order 10? So, if I ordered 10, how much would my cost be? If I plugged in 10 here, 10 times 5 is what? 53. So I would have 50 is greater than or equal to 53. Is that something I can do?
No.
Can I spend over $50?
No.
No. So, how many bottles can I really order?
9.
9 bottles. So, let's see. Cannot order 9.4 bottles. So, could only order 9 bottles to stay less than or equal to $50. Okay? All right, you're going to all need a piece of paper, so you might as well get it out.
Someone give me paper.
Can somebody give me paper? Oh my
We'll
goodness.
get a whole bunch.
We're going to have paper. I don't want paper. Miss Lois, you're so mean. You're killing so many trees.
Yes, you really are.
Oh, well. Life goes on.
Doesn't it though?
Okay?
We're
All
only
right.
sick on Earth, though.
I told everybody for number 2 to put down that 20 degrees Celsius is equal to 68 degrees Fahrenheit.
Is that the temperature today?
No, you need that to answer D. Okay? Oh, I needed 25. No, don't worry. You'll just need that information, okay? So you understand what Fahrenheit is, but they're giving you the questions in Celsius. So to know whether something's reasonable or enough, you need to know that information. All right, so we've got practice problems. Practice problems. Susie Sweets, number 1. Susie Sweets charges 20 cents for each donut and 15 cents for a box to carry them. A. Use a table to determine an expression that can be used to represent the cost of donuts in a box. So, I'm going to put my table here. And this is process. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, and X. Okay? 1, 2, 3, and X. All right. Now, what is my X representing? In my set, Susie Sweets charges 20 cents for each donut and 15 cents for a box to carry them. So, what is X representing? Very good. Number of donuts. Okay, so I'm going to write donuts here. So what would Y be representing? Total cost. Cost to buy them donuts and get out the store with them. Now, I've never seen a donut for 20 cents. Well, maybe I did in my lifetime, but it's been a long time. So, if I have one donut, the process is going to be what? We have donuts that cost, I'm going to write over here, are 20 cents each. And then we have to pay 15 cents for a box, right? Okay. So we've got 20 times 0.20 times 1 plus 0.15. What would my cost be for one donut? A big box for one donut. Isn't that great? It would be 35 cents, right? Okay. What about 0.20 times 2 plus 0.15? How much for 2 donuts? 0.55, right? 3 donuts, 0.20 times 3 plus 0.15 is 0.75. Okay. And now I've got 0.20x plus 0.15, correct? If I wanted to substitute for however many donuts. So what is my equation here? Y equals, okay? So I can go back over here and I can answer A. I can say Y equals 0.20x plus 0.15, and that's all I should have there for A. Your table will have to be on a separate piece of paper, okay? What would the cost for 1 dozen donuts in a box be? So I'm going to write over here B, because that's question B. What am I going to do? So I've got an equation Y equals 0.20x plus 0.15, and I'm substituting what? For 1 dozen, I'm going to substitute 12 each, so times 12 plus 0.15, so how much is that?